Disney and Lucasfilm have dropped the first official trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and boy is this an exciting trailer, chock full with incredible visceral visuals, so let's break it down. We open to what looks like some kind of battle between Rey and Kylo Ren. It was confirmed at the Star Wars panel that this film takes place sometime after The Last Jedi, and it's quite obvious that Rey's powers have continued to grow stronger and stronger over this time. Not sure what planet this scene is supposed to take place on. Perhaps it's Jakku and Rey is looking for more answers on her lineage again, or maybe this chapter brings us back to Tatooine in a full circle kind of way to close out the saga. In fact, the rocky surroundings actually make me feel like this looks like more of a Tatooine landscape. It's more evocative of A New Hope than it is of The Force Awakens, but then again it's just a bunch of sand, so it could be anywhere. If it is in fact Tatooine, it just opens up a whole new bundle of questions. I also wonder whether Rey is actually battling Kylo here, or if this perhaps is a training exercise, or look, I honestly just don't know. We hear Luke in the background over this sequence speaking to Rey. We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now, but this is your fight. This obviously refers to Rey having stolen the last remnants of the Jedi texts at the end of The Last Jedi. This would in fact make Rey the last Jedi, and the only one who can continue in this fight on her own. Or is this perhaps inferring that Rey has Skywalker blood running through her veins after all? We have to wonder, is this quote actually from the film? Is this Force Ghost Luke talking to Rey? Or is this dialogue like that was in the Force Awakens teaser, which isn't even in the film at all? We get a very brief look at a new planet here, and I'm not too sure if what we're looking at here are city lights, or perhaps gold, or some kind of precious metal embedded in the planet. Seems like this could be a mining planet of some kind. Maybe Lando's been hiding out here trying to get a nice slice of that galactic gold for all these years. Next, we brutally see Kylo Ren taking down some guy in a ravenous forest battle. Absolutely love the look of this scene. It encapsulates all that is Kylo's bubbling rage. I love how the color red seems to get deeper and more overbearing every time we see Kylo Ren on the screen film after film. We've got someone either rebuilding or engraving Kylo Ren's helmet here. At first I thought it was Kylo, but the arms just look far too hairy, but not hairy enough to be Chewbacca. It seems like this could be a new character, but we just really don't have much to go by here. It's also possible that this isn't Kylo's helmet at all, but one of the Knights of Ren's helmets, and this hairy looking guy is a Knight of Ren. Or maybe it's just some bloke in a furry jacket. Again, I don't really know. An awesome shot here of Finn and Poe off on an adventure together. They're seen on what is likely the same planet as Rey, so it's possible that they all have some mission on this sand planet, whatever it may be. In fact, the panel did mention that the main crew are all off on an adventure together during the film, so it may in fact lead them all here. Very quick shot of BB-8 and the new droid Dio here, another little rolling robot guy. This little guy was actually brought out during the panel and seems like a whole lot of fun. Judging by this shot here, Dio seems to be an older, beat-up, primitive robot that perhaps the gang meet on this little mission in the desert. We get our first look at Lando in the new film, and what a joy it is to see Billy D back in the role with an enormous smile on his face. The costume he wears here seems pretty evocative of that Donald Glover wore in Solo, making a nice little tie between the films. And boy, is it awesome to see Lando back at the cockpit of the Falcon next to Chewie, making the jump to hyperspace. There's a few more shots of some battle on this sand planet and what looks like perhaps some new jetpack stormtroopers shooting out of an explosion. This shot here feels incredibly reminiscent of the sail barge sequence from Return of the Jedi. I'm starting to feel more and more that our pals are off on an adventure in Tatooine, and I really couldn't be happier. This shot also gives us our first look at 3PO, though he's really looking the same as always here. A very brief shot here of a space battle as we see a spacecraft tumbling down in front of what looks like an Imperial cruiser. One amazing callback in this trailer is this shot of someone holding this medallion, which is one of the medals handed to Han and Luke at the end of A New Hope. The hand looks a little older here, so it's perhaps Leia. It's likely that this is Han's medal and Leia is in a moment of weakness remembering her late husband, or maybe it's Luke's medal and she's remembering her brother after losing him too in The Last last film. Speaking of Leia, there's this amazing emotional moment between her and Rey, somehow culled from deleted scenes from The Force Awakens. In fact, at the panel, JJ mentioned that the film was actually written around said scenes. And finally, this amazing shot of our entire gang here looking out over a cliff as they see the wreckage of one of the Death Stars. I'm thinking that it's probably the Death Star 2, given that this trailer closes out over the chilling, cackling laugh of Emperor Palpatine, signaling that he may in fact have a role to play in the film. Perhaps Palpatine has in fact been pulling strings this whole time, and Rey is taken to his final resting place to defeat him once and for all. Luke's voiceover in this moment says, "He'll always be with you. No one's ever really gone." This could in fact be a reference to Palpatine, but it could be a red herring. It could refer to Han or really any other number of characters. And again, this is dialogue that just might not be in the film at all. But then again, going back to our old pal Palpy, there's got to be something to Ian McDiarmid just randomly showing up on the stage directly after the trailer played for the first time at the panel, right? Then again, the Death Star 2 was over Endor, and whatever planet our pals seem to be on here certainly isn't Endor. This is hard work. It's actually interesting to note with this shot of our gang that everyone's here, including our 3 droids, except R2-D2, who we don't see in this trailer at all. Also, we don't see Rose in this trailer either, come to think of it. Also, gotta say, I love Rey's new white attire here. We've gone from that misty tan of The Force Awakens, representing her murky past, the conflicting shades of grey in The Last Jedi, and this pure, godlike white here. Overall, I'm in love with this trailer. There's some stunning shots and exciting moments that are getting me all excited for Star Wars all over again. I am not completely in love with the title, The Rise of Skywalker, but The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi had to grow on me over time too, and I love those. This also begs the question, which Skywalker? Luke Skywalker, Rey Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker? Is Darth Vader risen again alongside the Palp Man? Or am I just reading too much into this? Oh dear, have we not learned anything from The Last Jedi? Speculation only leads to the dark side. And at that, I'm going to throw it over to you guys out there. What did you think about this trailer for Star Wars Episode 9? Are you pumped for the film, or are you continuing with your boycott? Fire away in the comments below and let me know your thoughts. If this is your first time viewing one of my videos, you like what you've seen, you'd like to see more like this in the future, then please don't forget to hit that big old subscribe button up on your screen right now, and also hit that like button down below if you're feeling extra generous. Also, don't forget to check out my many social media accounts, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day.